President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
If it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order.
These allegations are false.
Weapons of mass destruction.
The USA Patriot Act.
The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected President of the United States.
People are watching these results come in.
We are going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
In the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever before.
Those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
The employment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
Allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem.
3.9% is the unemployment rate.
Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle-class family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS, Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental issues.
We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?
We do miss you, Donald. We miss him. All right, guys, we got disconnected big time. I lost internet completely. Maybe it was the FBI. Possibly. But we're back. Good evening, Scarlett. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Bong Donkey, what's up, my brother? Yeah, we're here. Yeah, this is a night that I can't sleep. I can't sleep, and I figured, hey, if there's ever nights I can't sleep, why not go live? Why not have a discussion with everybody? Because that's good, right? That can help you get sleepy. We can sleep when we're dead, right? We're going to go right back at it with what we were talking about. We were talking about the debate, the past performances. If you guys are new here, consider liking, subscribing, following. If you haven't already, it goes a long way to support the channel. I do greatly appreciate it. You guys don't have to. Maybe you're not ready to hit that follow button yet. Greg, I don't know about this Cav guy, man. He might be one of those weirdos. He might be gay, and I don't support the gays. That might be something you're saying. I don't know. But if at any point you want to support this channel, consider following, liking, subscribing, sharing, tagging me as well on social media. I'm at Patriotic_Cav on all social media. It was intense. It was intense. It was very intense. For everybody just joining, do we have that video? Let me see real quick. Let me see right quick. Because we did get disconnected, and that was unfortunate. Hang on, hold on. But yeah, you guys can follow me at Patriotic_Cav on all social media. I'm at Cav_Arcade for my gaming channel. We were doing some Resident Evil 4, the remake. I'm almost done it. I swear to God, I'm almost done that game. But if you guys want to follow me on there, we'll be doing some more streams, hopefully this weekend. I'm trying to finish that game. I just want to get it over with. It's a good remake, though. It's a pretty one-to-one remake, so I've been having fun with it. And then we'll probably move to I don't know. We'll probably do some retro. I really want to play Super Mario RPG again, even though I beat that game 11 times. So, anyways, we got some stuff going on the gaming channel if you guys want to follow that. I'm a gamer, and I'm gonna just a disclaimer right now. I'm gonna focus more on my gaming channel after the election, despite whether Trump wins or not. I'm going to be taking a step back from politics, and we're going to be focusing more on the pop culture and gaming channel after the election. Some people might not like that, but it's just the way it is. So I hope you guys will follow me over there. But here's my quick thoughts on the debate last night, and then we'll go from there.
So after coming through the debate a second time, it is overwhelmingly clear that Trump won. He won.
Oh, sorry.
So after coming through the debate a second time, it is overwhelmingly clear that Trump won. He won on substance alone because he was talking about the issues that actually matter to everyday Americans, trying his best to steer the conversation back to the border crisis, to grocery bills being higher than ever before, gas prices higher than ever before, the fact that you will be working 2-3 jobs 7 days a week and still can't afford a house in this country. Things that actually matter to the voters, and we've played videos on my channel. You go watch them of undecided voters leaning towards Trump after last night's debate, because Trump again was talking about the issues that matter, and they were bringing up things that happened 30-40 years ago that were complete hearsay. Hey Trump, what do you think about the 2020 election? Hey Trump, what do you think about Kamala's race? Do you think she's black or not? It was like all this stuff where I'm just like, what are we even talking about here? Who gives a freaking shit? Who cares what Trump said 30-40 years ago? We have problems right now. We're about to get into World War III. I mean, the crap's hit the fan. And that's what they wanted to talk about? None of the questions had any substance to them. It mattered. Like, hey, Trump, you said this. Is this rumor true? Hearsay. All this crap are just outright lies that were debunked 500 million times. But, yeah, if you go back, there's some people just losing their shit on X. Chill out. Go back, watch it. Listen to what they actually say. Kamala Harris said nothing on substance. She had more word salads than she ever had before in her life. Trump was like, look, you could talk about things I said 30-40 years ago, but I'm talking about the high grocery prices. I'm talking about the border crisis. People are hurting in this country, and that's what we should be addressing. His closing statement was arguably one of the best closing statements he's ever had. It was phenomenal. Trump won the debate. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Yeah, that was my latest video. If you guys want to head over to my YouTube channel, share it around, give it a like. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the debate. Trump did very well. Trump talked about substance. Trump talked about the things that matter. If you go back and watch the debate, you're going to see Trump talked about the things that matter to the people, the border, economy, inflation, high gas prices, high grocery prices. Kamala Harris is like, let's talk about January 6th. Let's talk about the 2020 election. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? ...2016 election, 2012 election. Democrats always argue that it was stolen. You guys gotta remember, Hillary Clinton still to this day says the 2016 election was stolen, and she's allowed to say that, and she should be allowed to say that. I respect her right to say that. But we're not allowed to say the 2020 election was stolen. Think about that. It was like I was in a group the other day that were trying to say Trump was bought and paid for. I'm like, Trump is bought and paid for? Have you been seeing what the deep state is trying to do to them? Have you been seeing what the deep state is trying to do to Trump? And I'll just tell you guys, I joined a X space that was they were actual neo-Nazis. They were actual whites only, Jews are bad. It's crazy how retarded they are. I mentioned Trump, and they oh my god, they flipped their shit. Trump's a Jew lover, man. You can't trust Trump, man. He loves the Jews. I was like, okay, so you guys complain a lot about what's going on in the country, right? I'm like, so what's your solution? They had no solution. They're like, well, I mean, the Jews control everything. I'm like, okay, so this is me debating them. I'm like, so the Jews control everything. What are you doing about it? Other than complaining. Like, oh, well, nothing. I'm like, okay. Well, then shut the fuck up. It's like, look, we're trying to save a country right now. We're trying to get Trump elected to fight against full-blown Marxism. And you guys are saying, oh, the Jews this, the Jews that. It's not the Jews control everything. It's that the leftists control everything. Left-wingers control everything. You got to know your enemy. Apparently, they were $1,000 Tiffany earrings, because she is middle class. Yeah, she's middle class, just like us. Oh, yeah. The earpiece. Yeah, we went over that, Scarlett. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Oh, she at least got the questions ahead of time. The head of her campaign was like, somebody fact check me. It was like the head of her campaign is married or something to the moderators, or not both the moderators, but one of the moderators. There's some kind of romantic connection between their campaign. Nicole Shanahan, who is RFK's VP, has been uploading some great videos. He just uploaded this one right here. Let's see if I can play it. Can I share it? I think I can. I should be able to share it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I heard that also, Scarlett. I heard that also. That they were in the same sorority. There's always a connection. Always a connection. Here we go.
Kamala Harris.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
That is a war that's dying to be settled. I will get it settled before I even become president. If I win, when I'm president-elect, and what I'll do is I'll speak to one, I'll speak to the other, I'll get them together. That war would have never happened. And in fact, when I saw Putin after I left, unfortunately left because our country has gone to hell. But after I left, when I saw him building up soldiers, he did it after I left. I said, oh, he must be negotiating. It must be a good, strong point of negotiation. Well, it wasn't, because Biden had no idea how to talk to him. He had no idea how to stop it. And now you have millions of people dead, and it's only getting worse, and it could lead to World War III. Don't kid yourself, David. We're playing with World War III, and we have a president that we don't even know if
David, you
where
can't...
is our president? We don't even know if he's a president.
And just to clarify
they
here,
threw him out of a campaign like a dog. We don't even know. Is he our president? But we have a president,
Mr. President,
that doesn't know he's alive.
So real quick, before they go on to the number 4, they talk about democracy, which, by the way, we're a constitutional republic. We're not a democracy. Thomas Jefferson had the famous quote. After signing the Declaration of Independence, he was asked, "What government are we?" He responded, "We are a republic if you can keep it." If you can keep it. Very powerful.
This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation.
we do have a lot.
You gotta commend him for that, because he you can say, they always say, like, oh, the shooter, he was a registered Republican, he was a registered it doesn't matter. The shooter had it in his head that it was justified to kill Trump. That killing Trump would be the right thing to do. That he would be a hero for doing so. He believed that wholeheartedly. Where did he get that from? Does anybody in the chat know where some person might think that Trump is worse than Hitler and that he should be taken out? Where did he get that idea from?
That went nowhere. I fired most of those people. Not so graciously. They did bad things or a bad job. I fired them. They never fired one person. They didn't fire anybody having to do with Afghanistan and the Taliban and the 13 people whose were just killed, viciously and violently killed. And I got to know the parents and the family. They didn't fire. They should have fired all those generals, all those top people, because that was one of the most incompetently handled situations anybody has ever seen. So when somebody does a bad job, I fire them.
Gall.
She gave all that stuff up very wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? They're all laughing at it. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Like, she was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out. Wait a minute. I'm talking now. If you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar? She went out in Minnesota and wanted to let criminals that killed people, that burned down Minneapolis.
Get her.
She
Get
went
her,
out
Trump.
and raised money
Get her,
to get them
Trump.
out of jail. She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
That is true.
This is a
100%.
radical left liberal that would do this. She wants to confiscate your guns, and she will never allow fracking in Pennsylvania. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one.
She said that. She said ban fracking.
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these wonderful things. Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in. You believe in things like we're not going to frack. We're not going to take fossil fuel. We're not going to do things that are going to make this country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year, they were back to building normal energy plants. We're not ready for it. We can't sacrifice our country for the sake of bad vision. But I just ask one simple question. Why didn't she do it? We're a failing nation. We're a nation that's in serious decline. We're being laughed at all over the world. All over the world, they're laughed. I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me. They call me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on. We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war, and it'll be a war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military. She gave a lot of it away to the Taliban. She gave it to Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe toughest of all, is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the history of our country.
Yeah. I mean, he did well. He did well in that closing statement. That was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal closing statement. And I think you guys think so too. Smash that like button if you think you did a good job, because I think that was phenomenal. Can we look at this real quick? So there's a trend. There's a trend going on right now of Trump's comment. It's pretty good actually. Whether it's in pro Trump or not, it's pretty funny.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. That's where we're at. That is where we are at. Yeah. So, anyways, sorry, I caught up in looking at something. We are going to head over to Rumble, which is what we normally do. Yeah, it's a shame it kept pausing for you. We did upload our full reaction to Rumble. If you guys want to watch our full reaction, I also did a after stream. I did a second stream, which you guys can find on our Rumble page, which was a lot of fun. But yeah, we're going to go over to Rumble only now. Wherever you are watching, consider smashing that like button, that follow button. It goes a long way. I'm at Patriotic_Cav on all social media. And we'll we will head over to Rumble. We'll see you guys over there.
This lion, he's the king. This lion, he's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's so big. He's so hot.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This lion, he's the king of the jungle. Huge mane out there. He's so big. He's so hot. Now, the little lion cubs, they start messing with him. Biting his tail, biting his ears. He doesn't do anything. The lioness, she starts messing with him. Coming over, making trouble. Still, nothing. Now, the other animals, they notice this, and they start to move in. The jackals, hyenas, they're barking at him, laughing at him. They nip his toes and eat the food that's in his domain. They do this, and they get closer and closer and bolder, till one day, that lion gets up and tears the shit out of everybody. Runs like the wind, eats everything in his path. Because every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it. If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but are none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.